What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of Simply Scouse. One housekeeping note. So instead of being labeled as the Simply Scouse podcast, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and go Simply Scouse Show. Because like in this video, I'll be doing a match reaction following our Carabao Cup 4th round matchup against Crystal Palace. And so I just figured if I'm gonna come on here multiple times a week, maybe it's better to brand it as a show instead of a podcast. So Simply Scouse Show, like the ring of it. Anyways, let's get cracking. Today, Liverpool hosted Crystal Palace in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Final score, Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 3. Yeah, you heard me. Another loss for Liverpool. Another disappointment. And let me just start out by saying, the roster had a lot of substitutions, had a lot of different pieces in it, had a lot of young lads in it. So was I expecting us to come out guns blazing and absolutely dominate? No. But I thought with players like Rio, Chiesa, McAllister, Gomez at center back, Endo was a good selection, Kirkez was playing, Robertson was playing. I thought we had enough to go in there and at least get a result, at least win, maybe even tie, but that just simply wasn't the case. So I'm just going to run through the match, kind of give my take, my analysis, and make some comments from there. So I thought that the match started off pretty well for us. I thought that we had good structure and good rhythm for about the first 20 minutes. And then our first big chance actually occurred when Robo got the ball back in our half and made a tremendous outlet pass to Chiesa. The way that it bounced, it looked like the defender was going to get there first, but Chiesa did this tricky little, he touched the ball and then he kind of did like a swim move over him. And he got the ball in his left foot and he had a great shot at goal, but it just simply, it sailed on him and it didn't even get on target. So that was a bit disappointing, hoping Fede would have at least put it on the target, but hey, it is what it is. It was a good chance. It was probably the best chance by both teams up to that point in the match. So, and then, yeah, I just thought after that we were controlling possession, but you could tell Palace was getting the chances. They were getting the shots on target, albeit not great ones or super challenging ones. They were still getting the ball on target. They were getting the ball within our box. They were causing pressure and causing confusion amongst our defenders. And the way that it was going, it was like, okay, like we're in for a fight here at least. So let's kind of buckle down and really play some good football. So after that, it was the 41st minute and they had their first goal. So, you know, really unfortunate deflection basically off Joe Gomez, and then Sarr, it got fed right to him like Gomez was his teammate and just set him up perfectly, and he nailed it. He buried the chance. So honestly a bit unlucky for us, but you know, a good finish by Sarr. But again, it just really highlights our defensive inefficiency right now. I mean, whether it's Van Dijk and Konate or Gomez and Endo or whoever else the pairings would be, our sense of urgency and the way that we're playing in the box is just so timid. And I don't understand it because, you know, we know the quality of these players that I just named, but for some reason this year, it's like, let's turn off a bit. Let's, you know, defend when we wanna, let's track back when we wanna, let's clear the ball when we wanna, let's head it out when we wanna, but it's not always fully switched on. So definitely frustrating, definitely could have been avoided, but anyways, Crystal Palace won, Liverpool 0. And then kind of going into half, there was two observations. One, and I was critical of him in my first video, I think Milos Kirkez is completely out of his depth right now. I think that he has the potential to be a really good player for our squad, but I just don't see it. Like, I know he was great last year, albeit with a different team, but I just don't see it this year. I really don't. Like, his decision making is so poor. The passes he plays are very questionable. He's often dispossessed, and I just feel like, again, like I said in the first video, I really think that Andy Robertson needs to be the regular starter at left back moving forward. When Kirkez gets a little bit of, confidence and flow and rhythm into his game, then yeah, we can explore that, because we always knew that Kirkez was coming in to replace Robo. I mean, we even thought that Robo might have left this summer. I'm happy he didn't, especially now given the state of our wing backs and our fullbacks. So yeah, I'm just not impressed with him. I know some people like him, but he just doesn't do it for me. He just looks lost. He looks like he's out of sorts. So, and that kind of led to the second goal. There was another defensive lapse in the 45th minute. Sarr buried another chance. This one was actually a really nice goal. Some good link-up play between the Palace players, and Sarr made a move and buried it. I mean, the keeper had really no chance. So headed into half, 2-0. And yeah, just was not impressed. I thought that Endo in particular was to blame for the second goal. Kind of out of position. He was tracking the one runner in the middle, and then the ball switched to the opposite side of him, and he was late getting back, and then Sarr was kind of wide open for the goal. So great play, great build up by Palace. Buried the next chance. So 2-0 Palace. Right now, I just want to question something. At half, I was wondering to myself, I said, okay, we have Chiesa, we have Rio, we got the young kid, I think his name is Morrison. We got some other kids. Ramsey was playing right back, and Neone was playing midfield. But I just was wondering, outside of Chiesa and Rio, where was the goal coming from? And that got me to question, and anyone who follows LFC, especially for a couple years now, where is Jayden Danns at? I mean, Jayden Danns is a very promising player. He's a very competent striker. He's a very... he seems very up to it. Like he came on a couple times last year in Europa and some other competitions, and he just looked like he belonged. He looked like, this isn't too big of a moment for me. I'm ready to get into the box. I'm ready to head the ball in. I'm ready to slot the ball in with my either foot, really. And I just think he's really talented. So I was curious, where was he at today? Because I think that if you slot Jayden Danns in at striker, then you move Chiesa to the right and you keep Rio on the left, and that's like honestly a pretty formidable front line. So I don't know what Arne was thinking. I don't know if he was fit. I don't even honestly know if he's still around, because if he's around and fit, like, he should be in our squad for these types of matches over pretty much anybody else of the young guys. So I don't know, just curious about that. So second half goes along, still not much of anything. It's pouring at Anfield too, so that might be affecting the players. I'm sure it was affecting the pitch in some way. 3 subs come in at the 68-minute mark. Quite frankly, I didn't know any of the subs. They were all young guys. Robo, McAllister, and one other person went out. I forget who the third was. But they came in, not much changed, honestly. And then in the 79th minute, this was actually one of the subs, Amara Nalo, I hope I'm saying that right, got a dumbass red card. Literally, Palace's dude was on the break. He was trailing him. It was obvious that he was not going to catch up with him to try to get a block in, because this attacker was pretty much straight in on goal. So he basically bumped him off. It was a clear foul. It was a clear red. Stupidity. And I found out during the broadcast that this was actually his second senior team appearance and his second red card. He got another one in his first Champions League appearance. So I really don't know. Like, I don't understand how you have the trust of the manager after one red card in a major competition like the Champions League, let alone put him in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup when we're down 2-0 and expect, oh yeah, he's gonna be tip-top shape. Everything's gonna be fine. So yet again, another blemish on Slot's decision making. Honestly, I don't at this point. I really just don't get it. So, and then in the 87th minute, Crystal Palace puts in the third. I think his name's Andre Pino. I think he had a pretty nice goal. So they put a third in. Obviously, we knew then at the 87th minute it was nail in the coffin, over, complete loss. You saw the stands slowly emptying. You saw just people. No one was really booing. I got a text from a buddy who said that Palace fans were like chanting to Slot, "You're getting fired in the morning," or something along those lines. So I think that's the second match in a row where the away team supporters kind of had chanted that. So I'll finish up with my opinion on that here in a second. So, but yeah, stands were emptying. That was one of the first times I've seen that in a long time, before the match was even over. So, pretty disheartening. Overall, terrible performance. There really was not anything good to pick out of this performance. I thought that Rio, I was really hopeful. I thought he was going to score 1 or 2 goals today. Rio was kind of sloppy on the ball. He's the thing I'm learning about him is he's kind of too predictable. Like, everybody knows he's about to do his moves in the box and try to get on that right foot. And he did have a nice move where he tried to curl one in, and you could tell as soon as he shot it, you could tell it was going to be wide. And then to his credit, it kind of curved back in and just missed the post. But I didn't really think that it was going to be a valid chance. But yeah, I was expecting more out of him. I thought Chiesa was good. I mean, his work rate was crazy. He was pressing. His energy was really good. Robertson, I thought was also fairly good. I thought he made some good passes and was composed on the ball. I was expecting more out of Joe Gomez. He's one of my favorites. He's been with the club forever. True club man. Just wasn't really communicating with Endo well. Couple mistakes like I had mentioned earlier. So yeah, wasn't impressed with him. Wasn't impressed with Endo. Wasn't impressed with Kirkez. I thought Ramsey, who I guess hasn't been around in a couple years, I thought he actually played pretty well. And then I also thought Nioni did well in spurts too. McAllister, again, there's something off with Macca. There is something off. I don't really know what it is, because I guess he was playing well for the Argentine national team during the break, but I just really don't know. So, but that all leads me to Arne Slot, our manager. As I mentioned in the first video, won us the Premier League last year with mainly Klopp's guys. This year, adds 4 or 5 new signings, has 4 or 5 departures, net spend just below Arsenal's, even though everyone wants to accuse us that we broke the bank. But we actually sold a lot of players, so our net spend was I think like 200 mil, which is still a lot, but it's not the 450 that everyone kind of likes to lead with. But yeah, it's just not working right now. I don't know if he tweaked the formation again tonight. I didn't grow up playing football, so it's kind of hard for me sometimes to like recognize the formations, I guess. But I don't think he switched it up. I thought his selections were poor. I also thought the bench was poor. I mean, Palace had some pretty like reliable players on their bench. Like Mateta came in for them. He created a couple chances, and like he plays in the Premier League all the time. Mark Gahey, who we thought was coming to us at the end of the summer transfer window, had another stellar match. I fully expect for him to be England's main center back during international competition. It really sucks that we didn't get him, because we could for sure use him. But yeah, all in all, just poor. I really don't understand what Slot's doing. I don't know where his head's at. I don't know his rationale behind selections. I didn't understand the bench. And yeah, I mean, he doesn't really seem to have like a sense of urgency, which is really frustrating, because last year kind of cruised to the title with like a month left to play. We already knew we had it in the bag. But that's really when this drop of form started. And I the players are to blame as well, but Slot changed things up. They went to, I think it was Ibiza or Abu Dhabi, one of those places. They had a big team celebration. They came back, played like shit, finished the Premier League season, raised the title, and then the big summer, all these signings, all these departures, preseason comes. Honestly, we look pretty average. And then that leads into the Premier League season, and we won our first 7, but we did not look dominating in any of those matches. A lot of late game winners, a lot of lucky stuff, I just don't think his ideology right now is working. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys like these match reactions. I think I'm going to do more of them because I watch every match and try to take some notes so I can kind of center my thoughts and my feelings. But all in all, got another big match on Saturday against Villa. We need to win it. Absolutely need to win it. Following that is Madrid at home. Need to win that one too. And then the third is City away. And if we don't get ready to play Madrid and City, they might blow us out, both of those teams. So I hate the panic, I hate the stress, but it's time. It's time for the boys to wake the fuck up and switch it on to another gear. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Like, share, comment, blast it on social media, whatever you want to do. Invite your other Liverpool friends and supporters to come follow along. Got some ideas for the channel, so definitely excited about that. But anyways, thanks for your support. Thanks for tuning in, and up the Reds.